Hello and welcome to the Real Tabletop, and today we will have a battle report, and it's USA versus Japan, and it's the American airstrike list with 4 airstrikes versus HE spam from the Japanese. And this is what you can expect: a rumble in the jungle with a lot of airplanes and a lot of enemy HE. So let's get into the game. So I was thinking, building this list, how good will it be to bring 2 forward air observers? As you can see, I got an airplane here. You can see how I built it and painted it up here. And you can see 1 and 2 forward air observers. And I think we're playing 1,000 points because my friend Stefan, who is here with his Japanese, he's getting back into the game. He played in version 1 of the game, which is a long time ago. He played in version 2 and he really loves the game. But now he's back for the 3rd edition. And so this was his first game in the 3rd edition. I welcomed him with his Japanese, and I told him just bring 1,000 points because that's enough for the beginning, just to get into the units, so we can test it out and you can get again a feeling of the game. And I wanted to test how good is it to bring a double airstrike. It can be pretty expensive because these dudes, one dude alone regular costs 75 points, and I'm bringing him with a buddy. You cannot buy this inexperienced, so another 10 points on top of this. This makes it 160 points because like each one is 80, maybe even a little more, but I want him to be survivable because my gimmicky list depends on it. So it's not the best list, but I wanted to try it out. And at 4,000 points to bring 160 points airstrike is not that good, but I wanted to try it out. So I think I brought a regular, or probably more likely inexperienced, rifle platoon commander with a buddy. I used to run them alone, as you can see here. This is probably the one for the heavy weapons platoon. But in this version, everything can shoot at your officers, and they're really good. They give really good buffs with a +2 to morale. So yeah, kind of is good to bring them with a buddy. But yeah, we'll see. So I'm bringing, I guess, a rifle platoon, as you can see here, and then I'm bringing 6 guys. I'm sure with 1 BAR, and then I'm bringing. Well, we'll get to them into a second later. But as you can see, I'm bringing a bunch of rifle dudes. I think they have. Uh, um, I don't know. I would say those are. I think everything got rifles only, and then 1 BAR, maximum 2 BARs. I will see in a second. And to bring 2 forward air observers, and this is the point, I had to bring 2 rifle platoons. So probably like this dude, and like 1 HQ, 2 rifle platoons, 1 HQ, 2 rifle platoons. And I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I have a 10-man squad or a 12-man squad of riflemen regularly, so I can outflank with them. So this is my complete shenanigan list, and I'm bringing also a couple of guys, veterans, to outflank the enemy. I want to see what does the outflank do. And I'm bringing also my tank destroyer and my Sherman. I'm sure I could have gotten some cheaper um, anti tank or anti vehicle stuff, but this is what I got, and I didn't want to proxy anything. So this dude is to shoot anything away that can shoot this guy, and this guy will also support this guy. And once the plane has come and pinned everything up, I want to swoop in with my dudes from reserves and clean up. Meanwhile, um, these guys will suppress the enemy, and these guys will also hold them down. Yeah, that's the plan. It's not the best list, but that's what I'm going for. So here you can see this beautiful plane. Um, and I think those 6 guys are veterans. Just to bring them, and yeah, I already explained some of my troops. And here, my beautiful Fury Sherman and my beautiful Hellcat both want to claim scalps. And yeah, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, another 8-man squad. I think I brought LMGs and not BARs. I think the LMGs are now a bit better. For 3 points more, you get 6-inch reach more. And yeah, what I also brought, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 12. This is a 12-man troop, only rifles with regular rifles, and I made them a full squad so I can come from outflank, and the Americans do not get a -1, so I can just reroll, and they should make it on a 9 up. Like, they only fail on a 10, 11, or 12, and so I can reroll it because they're full strength, and rifles only, I think, will suffice. I also, and this is what I'm forgetting, I'm also bringing this guy is a HMG. I want to try out the HMG, and HMG has pen 1, but over half range. So this one has 48 range, and over 24 range, over 24-inch range, it will lose its pen 1. I think because like everything with velocity, same for tanks, over half range will lose 1 pen. So this is my team, and this is what Stefan is bringing, and he's bringing a bunch of riflemen and fanatic banzai dudes, and as you can see, double mortar. I think this is a medium mortar. I think this is a heavy mortar. He brings dual MMG teams. He brings a bunch of spotters. He brings a bunch of these guys, the lunge mines, and a 1 tankette, pretty cheap, just for the MMG. And then I don't know if this is a Kai Shinto, but I think he brings just howitzers because he doesn't believe in the power of the anti-tank. He believes in the power of HE. And so everything here, this is a light howitzer, a medium howitzer, heavy howitzer, I guess a heavy howitzer. So I'm up against, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 19 order dice. And how many dice do I have? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I'm a bit short, but not too much. And yeah, he has fun. He had fun painting his army. And it's not all finished, but he's getting there, and like tons of fun. The Imperial Japanese army just looks amazing, and these dudes are all fanatics. They won't flee if they take too many pins, I guess. Like, they look amazing. Yo, this is the battlefield. Like, we're simulating somewhere in the Pacific, a burnt out city, as you can see, some statues. And we're playing the scenario top secret. And this is the Japanese deployment zone right here. And this is my deployment zone right here. And everything is kind of symmetrical, and also um, it's a lot of terrain. It's hard to see each other. Yeah, so it's pretty. I would say it's dense terrain. As you can see, yeah, you have definitely some certain corridors, but it's pretty, yeah. And then here in the middle, you will have the top secret mission briefcase, and in this game, as you can see, the briefcase right here. And now I have my start zone, and now the deployment starts. You pick the dice out of the bag, and you will pre-deploy everything. You have to stay away 12 inches from the suitcase, and you have to grab it, and you have to run towards a table edge and go over it, and then you have won the mission. So he deploys his whole row as far away as you can put it. I think this bad boy has, I don't know, a lot of reach, the whole table, I guess. Then he deploys a lot of mortar teams in the jungle terrain. As you can see, mortars everywhere. Um, I also deploy my mortars right behind the hills in my deployment zone. I'm kind of mirroring what he's doing. One mortar behind line of sight blocking terrain. And as you can see, I do not put my units into reserves, although I had planned to do it, because I thought I have to run up as fast as I can to that suitcase, and grab it. And so I'm not putting it into reserves. In hindsight, I should have tried to put him in reserves, and even if he grabs the briefcase, I would have I would have tried to intercept him with my outflanking units. At least that's like my fantasy. As you can see, I got some troops right in the front line. My Sherman also very close. My Hellcat behind him to snipe out, hopefully, Tankettes or Horos. I got here my heavy MMG and a shooting corridor. I got one air observer here. I don't know what this guy is. I think the spotter for my mortars. And another air observer here, and just my units. Here one and one behind here, but everything is going towards the briefcase. So plans not as intended, but will manage. And so here my troops are waiting. And what's gonna happen? As you can see, I mixed a bit the units. And here is the Japanese deployment. Troops, Tankette in the front line, the enemy MMG, and the heavy howitzer, the whole row, the mortars. He also brought a lot of knee mortars, light mortars, but he took him regular, so he could use with those he could use spotters with those light mortars. And I think the game begins, and he does a snap 2, and he's firing with his Horo, and he's firing with his mortar team. And where is he firing? I don't know. Would have loved to see, but I think he's shooting on a 6, and I think he's aiming for my Hellcat, and I recce away with my Hellcat, I think. And there was also a debate: can I recce away a Hellcat if a mortar shoots indirectly at it? And I think the rules say yes. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm doing the same. I pull a snap 2. And the first thing I do, because this is a gimmicky airstrike list, I use my first air observer and I use my HMG to pin up something. And I'm putting my air observer, I'm putting my airstrike on his heavy howitzer, turn 1. And I don't know what I can pin up. I think I pin up the troops who want to grab the suitcase, and I give the guys one pin. Maybe claim even alive. I don't know. Then the next activation, as you can see, again, a officer snap 2. Like this is in the third edition. This is the name of the game, officers and snap 2, and I kind of like it. It kind of feels epic. But this is what he's doing. He's activating his medium mortar and he's activating his howitzer, and he's firing, or I think that's what he's doing. And he's shooting at my air observer, and I don't know what the 2 means. Yeah, I know what the 2 means. I think he hits and he rolls a 1, so he doesn't kill those dudes. And they get 1 pin, they're dialed in on a 2, and they are now down behind area terrain. So my second air observer is already getting shot at, and maybe I could have placed this guy a bit better, but yeah, already the air is burning. And so again, another snap 2 from the Japanese army. I think these are the light mortars regularly, and this is a medium mortar. No, another light mortar, and here is a MMG team, and he's snapping again 2 and shooting at my guys and advancing with this troop forward to get the suitcase. And I don't know, these guys are dialed in on a 5 up, but no, don't worry, I will move them as soon as I can. And these guys shot his forward observer, or not, just a spotter who was in the buildings right here or here, and they shot him, and so he lost a spotter. I will claim all of his spotters, so he might be blind, and that's what I'm doing. This guy move up a bit, the Marines again, and claim the life of the spotter. He advances with this 7-man team with rifles, probably 1 LMG, and pins up my guys, puts a pin on them. What's happening here? I guess another snap 2. I got here an officer, and I think I let those guys run, and the mortar shoots at something, but as you can see, they already got 2 pins. I advance my Sherman and shoot at something. Yeah, I'm spraying the units here. I'm trying to cover the briefcase so he can't get it. But what I'm not seeing, and tell me if you can spot in this picture launch mines. And yes, I think you can, but they are pretty, what do I say? Pretty sneaky. Like they blend in with the terrain. And infiltrator, the infiltrator rule is this: like they have infiltrate, and he can deploy them like 12 inches from my troops away. So these guys do not have to come from the table, run up the whole table. They can start 12 inches away from one of my units, and as you can see, he's right in the face of the Sherman already. And he's running them towards my guy, as you can see here, perfectly. And he's just running, and like a 12-inch run is towards here, and I'm kind of shocked. I don't know how he can get so close, but he just does it. And next turn, should I shoot it, or should I try to shoot it, or I can even react to it because it is within 6 inches. So next turn, I have to delete this guy or I'm in trouble. Didn't play it right that way, but next time I probably will. So his howitzer tank is advancing and he is shooting at these guys. As you can see, already 3 pins. I think I lost a few guys. And if the enemy has howitzers, don't run your guys before he has shot. Try to keep them out of line of sight, out of line of sight, because on a 4 up he will shoot at them, hit them, decimate them and put pins on you. And so, as you can see, the Japanese army is pouring out of its deployment zone. And yeah, and it's playing its man superiority, but I've brought also enough bodies, but maybe I haven't deployed them as great as I could have. As you can see, he's already in reach of the suitcase, and I have difficulties getting out here. Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of all the HE, and it was a very fearful first round, and I went down a lot. And the Japanese player said, "Hey, don't go down every time I shoot at you, like on a especially when I'm dialing in on you on a 6. Like you don't have to be so afraid." But in other games, I don't go down sometimes, and I have a 8-man squad and HE3, HE4, just the enemy rolls a 6 and yeah, they're vaporized. So really tough to play against HE. The Hellcat is advancing and shooting. I don't know what I can see, but I think I can see a tank or something like that. And I shoot again only on a 5+. These guys are running. Yeah, everything is moving towards the briefcase, the suitcase. I think these guys try to shoot a spotter and they're ready for the lunch mine guy, but yeah, I couldn't advance them and shoot at them because these were in between. And as you can see, they already went down. They are now dialed in and they have 2 pins. So HE is getting the best of my troops. But the Marines won't falter. They order. What do they order? These are my air observers. Yeah, I think it's turn 2. I think it's turn 2, and the first thing that happens is I roll to see if an airplane comes in. And yes, I roll a 1, but you don't really care because only on a 2 and 3 the airplane doesn't come in. On a 4 up, you're safe. Your airplane will come in and deliver the deadly load. And on a 1, it will also come in, but the enemy chooses now a target within 12 inches. And so he takes it from his heavy howitzer and puts it on an officer. And you might say that's bad, and it is bad, but it isn't as bad as you think, because the only thing the airplane shall do in this turn is to pin up a bunch of his units. So I place the airplane 18 inches away and deliver D3 pins to all of the troops you can see here on this picture. His light mortars, this troop, because they are afraid where the plane comes in. And then 18 inches away, where you can see the smoke right here, where you can see the smoke right here, I will also put pins, everything within 6 inches, and then I will hit the unit with either 2d6 hits. Nee, wait a second. 2 2w6, how do you say it? Yeah, two dice, or a medium howitzer or a heavy howitzer. Yeah. Well, what did I lose here? Turn 2. Yeah, this is what I lost. So I pinned up a bunch of dudes, and I think I killed the officer, and it went good. Then he takes the next dice out of the bag. Yeah, I think this guy is the officer dice who dies. And the next dice, he gets it, and sadly, he just runs toward my Sherman and just kills it. A 14-point inexperienced guy kills my Sherman tank, and yeah, it's just that's just it. Then again, snap twos, mortars shooting again. I don't know. I think this is also a mortar. As you can see, it took some pins. The armor, what is it doing? It goes on ambush, and these are my air observers, and I think I get them out of the dialed in error and I run them down the hill. I think those are those guys. But because the MMG is also an ambush, as you can see here, I think he can shoot at my second air observer, but he doesn't hit it gladly. Then the whole row fires. He's somewhere dialed in. And what's happening? He's trying to shoot my Hellcat, and I think I recce away. First time I didn't recce away. The second time I think I do recce away. Then what happens? Beautifully, like here, his officer died. As you can see, I did put last turn the smoke, but this guy got 3 pins on the heavy howitzer, and he fails his order test. I think it's irregular on a 6. He needs a 6 to pass, and he just goes down already beautifully. Beautiful. I think this guy is my heavy MMG, or is it? No, this is my normal MMG, and it fires and it kills a spotter from the left flank, and now he's starting to get blind. Then my Hellcat shoots, and where is he shooting at? I don't know what he's shooting at, but his lunge mines are getting close, like they're running through my lines, and as you can see, my Marines can't do nothing because I'm getting out activated, and the guys who want to do something are getting pinned up, and I'm bringing up an officer to boost their morale, and yeah, he loses a second dice. I don't know why. And then yeah, it's turn 3. This is what it wants to say. Then it's turn 3, and again the airplane comes in. Mind you that this is just one air observer. If the second air observer that is behind this hill wasn't hit luckily by a mortar, and would have been also able to shoot, like I would have called in maybe already ideally 4 airplanes, but I wasn't counting on that, but I was counting on destroying valuable targets, maybe tanks, or pinning it up, or MMGs, and also pinning up a lot of stuff. But the airplane is coming in again, and so it flies 18 inches away. I will put him right here. As you can see, this group already grabbed the briefcase, and the howitzer tank behind it. Everything already has some pins, and now it's getting even more pins. Let me see. And where the smoke hits, this is where where the plane comes down, and it comes down on the heavy howitzer, and it already had 3 pins. Now it has 2 pins more, and this has gotten pins, and this has gotten pins, and this has gotten pins, and now we're resolving the hit, and I think it hits it fully. I don't know. I'm not sure. At some point, this thing will die, but I don't know if it's right away, right now. We'll see. So I'm running up with the 6-man team with double BAR. I think the rest has all SMGs, trying to grab this away, trying to put some pressure on these guys. And is this the last picture? Yes, sadly, this is the last picture. And the thing is this. We couldn't finish the game because the hobby store usually closes a bit later, but I think the owner had to go somewhere. He couldn't give us the keys, and so we wrapped up the game and called it a day. And sadly, we didn't finish the game. I think those here took a hit. I don't know if there were more guys, but yeah, what would have happened? I don't know. I think at this point, the Japanese player had lost some or most of its observers. So next turn, he would have to move those mortars. As you can see, he had a bunch of pins on all of his units or some of his units. Fanatics don't flee that easily, so don't worry about that. He already had the suitcase, and this had just like one pin marker. So with this guys, he just had to run turn 4, 5, and 6 just towards a table edge, and I'm sure he could have covered those guys with a tank and all of that. I would have had a Hellcat. I don't know how effective that it would have been, and a bunch of infantry. I would say probably he would have won because it would have been hard to catch up to this guy. But one or two lucky airstrikes, and I think I would have pinned up his backfield, and then he would have scrambled, and maybe I could have gotten the briefcase back. But I don't know if I could have grabbed it and then just escaped it. So sadly that we had to finish this game. And maybe I will write Stefan right now and tell him, hey, we should do a rematch, and maybe we should play 1,250 points, and also try to finish the game and see what happens. So yeah, we see us in the next battle report, and that will be a Panther versus a KV-1, and after that it's a Tiger versus a Hetzer. So we see us, and until then, have a good day.